another great episode of Geekset Rewind. As always, I'm your host, Didge, and with me is Bacardi and Big Mike. As you know, we are still trekking through Blood Sea. We're at episode 7 and 8, so we hit over the hump, guys. Yeah. If you didn't get a chance to watch our mid-season recap, I suggest you go back and look at it. But Blood Sea is the tale of Saya. She's a schoolgirl by day, demon slayer by night. As of now, she just lost 2 of her friends to very gruesome deaths. Yeah. And we're sort of seeing where she's going to go from there. This is where the point where everything ramped up. Just to recap, I know at the mid-season point, we were all pretty much in agreement that it's about a 6.5 out of 10. Yeah. So, not the worst, not the best. You can definitely tell that we're hoping for it to ramp up, continue to get better, and sort of change those ratings. So, we'll jump into the second half, episodes 7 and 8, and come back to you right after.
Oh, this nigga's in the armor?
Dog!
This bitch gotta fight a Zord. Oh, shit.
A big cockroach at Beetleborg, fam. This nigga like...
He got 2 swords and shit.
Uppercut your shit. You ain't about to pierce that. So you got a third?
Bro, he got
2 arms. 2 extra arms.
Oh, took that knee out!
Oh, she done Derrick Rose the knee up. It's a wrap now.
Apparently not, because she's still nimble as a bitch.
Yeah, she definitely jumping through that. Oh, you just gonna let him just tear it up? Oh, this nigga just swinging. I need to understand how she can take this. She don't even be like, ow.
She ain't even go demon out yet.
Not liking how close we get to the end of the season and new questions getting brought in.
It's a lot. I can see why it didn't get continued.
No, I'm not liking it. Like, that's trash because it's starting to upset me.
Yeah. Because the closer we get to the end, it's supposed to answer questions.
Bro, we literally about to be 2/3 of the way through this.
And now we on what, episode 8?
Yeah, 8
We're gonna be on episode 8.
But we just got a whole fresh new set of questions.
Yeah, I was like, and it's like 20 more questions.
Right, you start the second half with a whole jokingly talking ass Elderbar, and it's like, bro, what he got you doing? Like, like Phil came there chuckling, like, what he say to you?
He laughed at her whole existence.
I would say came at her and her dad.
Tricks.
Right.
Tadayoshi ain't doing this again.
Tadayoshi on his own shit again.
Damn, Tadayoshi wild.
That nigga bellow laugh, like, what? He told you that?
He stopped, nigga. Nigga was walking off.
Yo, he wasn't allowed to be done. Like, if I lose you in this shit, like, you know what, I'm out of here.
But how he fucked that bridge up and he was so crushed about it. He was like, damn.
That's what I'm saying. That nigga Phil, he just stood there like,
bro, fuck it. This is too much effort. That was that point. Like, that's that when you wake up, everything fucked up. You're like,
he's
going back to bed.
I'm just going, I'm going to just call it one.
You're like, she don't understand what's going on. She got me running all through this.
Bro, has there been any action interaction for her to be special to him?
I don't know. No. Other than the fact that she gave him that lunch that time.
I mean, it's just automatically go through the next episode.
Oh, I thought it did. That's what I thought it did.
It's just finna play 7 again, dog. Funimation app.
Listen, you gotta watch this again.
I need y'all to pick this shit up.
Right. I need y'all to use Netflix template, please.
Bro, or even just Crunchyroll.
Well, Crunchyroll continue. I bet you're supposed to still skip that.
Crunchyroll, you can skip. No, can you skip the intro on Crunchyroll? Nope. That's the anime intros. That's why they want you to see them shits.
You just getting the pay cut out that shit. That's like a pre-roll. Shit.
They not
That's
cool.
what they still in here. Just keep rubbing it in. You know
What? Fam, which one you think had the worst death? The possession or just getting your head crunched?
That nigga chewed on
Fam,
her head.
she got bit. Like,
yeah, like fam chewed on her head.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
But she exploded from that possession.
By the time
all that was left was her foot.
But he chewed her head, bro.
Like she was alive for a second.
Yeah,
you know like
she was.
You think so? I feel like
because he looked the way he caught her. Like when she looked back at him, it was like when you ate a cookie, you weren't supposed to eat it. She like you was in your mouth now, nigga. Like
but that's cool. I'm assuming she was done already. Like fam,
I don't think she was done.
That was a real life. How many licks do it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll?
She wasn't done yet, fam. Like I think that's what it was. I think we heard the scream, but when she was in her mouth, you couldn't hear the scream no more.
Oh, that's horrible. I would really hope that she was done.
No, fam. She had to feel that pressure.
Chewed her head like a gristle. That shit was horrible.
Like a gristle. Oh, dog.
Horrible.
I knew he was gonna start running. Shit! Dog! Yeah, that's blood on your face. Damn! In the classroom. Oh! Wow. Wow, this thing, I'd have just out that wall. I'd have just out there. I'd have cleared out the room.
Done.
They're dead.
Yeah, of course they did. Oh, he ain't let none escape.
She ain't did nothing yet, dog. He ate this and eat her ass. She ain't did nothing yet, dog.
She's literally like three
She's terrible. This nigga licked his lips like we about to party here. This nigga said we about to party.
Oh, okay, so I guess we ain't jumping.
He made too much noise. They got to just boof. Like he didn't eat that nigga. He let that nigga drop. Y'all just sitting there looking. You just not making a decision. This motherfucker unraveling it. All of them gonna die in there. She finna lose the whole classroom. She definitely gonna lose the whole classroom.
So, alright, so then let's go ahead and I guess first let's get into the recap of the episode and we'll, go about it that way. So, episode 7 rather.
7, yep.
Basically the direct aftermath of both of her friends.
Yeah, both the twins
dying.
dying.
Yeah, of the twins dying.
Yeah.
So, she wakes up.
What was it?
Nene and No-No.
Okay. Horrible name.
So, I mean,
you can tell there wasn't no thought when it came.
You know that you already know
they
that
probably was like they gonna die.
They gonna die. We could have
ancillary ass characters.
Yeah,
right?
we just need people who we know gonna die. Right. But she wakes up the next day. Her dad talks to her. Are you sad about your friends dying? It's like, fam, that's a dumb question. Clearly.
Right. Well, I mean, she was definitely going through a moment of depression because she couldn't save her friends.
Yeah. So clearly.
Apparently, she don't care about all the other motherfuckers that died episodes.
That is true. Cause she did not say a word.
She don't got no tie to you. Fuck you. But if she know you or you done gave this bitch a cup of coffee or something, it's like, all right.
And then the policeman he comes up and talks to the dad while she's still inside. Yeah. Asks, basically, is your daughter there?
Right. Just make sure that she was around. Yeah.
And is she there? It's like, all right, cool.
She good?
Later.
Okay. All right,
Later. Okay. That's it. Gave her the warning. Don't go nowhere.
Right. Sit your ass down.
So then the next day, she wakes up. She goes to school. Her dad bogus. Well, actually, it didn't seem. I thought maybe he knew that school was canceled, but I guess he didn't. Cause remember the guy, the shopkeeper, had to tell him. Yeah. So she got up and literally just went to school, and that's when she had the weird moment with the teacher.
But was that because remember, didn't she fight an elder bar the first time he told her to take the sword to school?
That was the same
remember
day.
She said she left early. That's why she didn't even know that.
That was the same day. That was the same day when she found out that Nene hadn't been back to school.
Right, that's why she left.
She knew Nene hadn't been back to school.
Right, but that's why she left to go because she knew she was wandering.
Yeah, she was
early.
Yeah.
So she didn't know that she left early in the whole attack and they closed the school down. Mm-hmm. And the father probably didn't either because he probably knew that she was gonna have to
go into school and stuff.
End up leaving.
So then, when she gets there, she has like that weird ass conversation with the teacher, where the teacher was like, she basically was asking, that story I told you, right? Yeah. And so it's like it seems like the teacher's something weird with her. Yeah. More fucking questions.
They all weird now.
And then as she's leaving, she runs into it seems like it was the same police officer that came initially. Probably. And he asked her, "Hey, where are you headed?" She tells him to school, which was weird to me because she just left from school.
Yeah, so I don't think maybe that wasn't how we supposed to really read.
Or maybe she just didn't want to tell him what she was doing. Like, did she think the teacher was jacking and she was trying to act like, "Hey, I'm still headed to school, so I'm not skipping school." Like,
she could have been trying to do that. Like, I don't want to get caught.
But it's like she knew. Like, I didn't understand that. But in the middle while they talking, you just see a blade basically go through Fam's chest, blood splatters, and it was a samurai.
A giant cockroach Beetleborg samurai. Like, he really like a Beetleborg with like 9 arms.
Yeah, well, first of all, he had the 2 arm, and he had the sword in each one. Then he pulled out 2 more. So eventually he ended up with 6, and he was putting the work to her.
Yeah, Fam was just heavy all around, like Juggernaut bitch action. He had real Juggernaut.
He was out here. He broke
the ground. Like every step was putting craters in the ground. Right. They showed like the side view, like the whole earth was dropping flat. Like this thing.
Event after he breaks the bridge, he didn't beat her up enough. That's when he decided, like, you're just not worth my time. You weak. And she goes to the whole thing talking about how her mother defeated Elder Barons, so she will. She may be weaker than her mother, but she gonna get stronger and do it.
She will kick ass.
And that set dude off.
He's pissed.
He definitely had the Ike. He had the Lawrence Fishburne Ike. He turned and looked.
Like, you gonna do what? You gonna like?
You were Todoroshi? What was his name? What's his name?
Todoroshi or something like that.
I mean, first of all, even the fact that we gotta address that this Elder Baron was clearly speaking fluent. Like
pure English.
Fam was clowning her too, because basically whatever her dad is telling her, it doesn't sound like it's true, because.
Well, every Elder Baron keep trying to point out this obvious, like, why are you doing this, fam?
Yes, but it was so wild to see how much dude was tickled. What she said, like, fam, he put his head back and laughed and everything. Like,
and so when she tried to run up him because she was laughing, like, you think it's
funny?
Niggas, get back! I'm laughing here. I am not. She ain't go back no more. Like, all right, nigga, say your shit. You got it.
And so, then she eventually went red arm after. She tried to leave. She tried to run off. Remember, he was just slashing at her back. Mm-hmm. And then that's when she decided to go red eye. And it's like, fam, you got to take too much hits.
That's definitely got to be some Ultra Instinct shit. Because it's like always when she about to die or she get really fucked up, that's when that
it's so weird.
But it's like dude sitting there before he died, so he was aware of it though. Like when she went red eye, he was like, "That's the power."
Like that's right. He did. He was like, there it is." Or
like he had to fight. He had to fight her mom before some shit. So or maybe he had to fight Todoroshi already before.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with them. So after she kills him, and she's just laying there back, basically still leaking because her shit got tore open.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's when the classmate shows up.
Kent.
I forgot his name.
It's like Kizzy or Gay, something like that. Kizzy something.
Yeah. We're just gonna call him K.
Yeah.
That's when K showed up, and he helped. He wants to help her. Basically, wants to help her clean off. Cause now it leads right into 8. Yeah. So
we missed. Didn't she talk to the dog and stuff? She talked to the dog.
That was 8.
That was 8.
It was all at 8. I think he talked to her at 7 too. On the steps.
He did talk to her on the steps in 7. That's right, because she was dreaming. She thought it was a dream.
He reintroduced himself in 7. Pretty much like, ain't no dream, fam.
That's right. She thought it was all a dream.
Because she was like.
And he's the one actually really pressuring her to try to figure out he wants her to remember.
Well, because
he said that
he wants her to remember because whatever. Cause remember, he runs a shop that grants wishes. He said.
Right.
So whatever wish that he's granting is about her, and it has to be tied into whatever she needs to remember.
But I'm like, it's a lot of the mother part is starting to really like come more fruition to me because the elder baron meant like tried not like he said something. She said something about her mother, like my mother's being dead, need to being dead, and he was like, what? Like,
yeah, he did.
And she was kind of thrown off by that, and then the fact like this dog and his promise thing, like I feel like the promise was like a promise that the mother made.
It very well could be. That's what
You know what I'm saying?
It's so disheartening that we get so far into this and it's just questions.
It's like I'm really like there'll only be a couple more episodes really left. Like with 4 more episodes really left, I feel like it's gonna really. I feel like the show really does end on a lot of fucking like, bro, you ain't finished. You're not finna tie all that stuff in 4 more episodes.
Fam, unless these just about to be action packed.
It ain't gonna be action because we gonna have to get episode. We finna get this one. We gonna get whatever we gotta talk about 8, but we gonna get another action packed one. And after that's gonna be a talking legend story episode, like something like. Cause that's what I'm saying. At some point, we need to know, like someone's betraying somebody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And right now, because I'm starting to ride with the elder barons, like.
He said he on they side.
Yeah, I'm like, fam, they like we supposed to. All they be talking about is like we supposed to had a deal.
Man, what if they did? What if they did with something super shitty?
And then fam laughing at her like, dog, Tadayoshi got you doing it? Like Tadayoshi got you out here in these streets?
He definitely was on something. Tadayoshi, wow, this is
B. Like he wanted. I bet he wanted to go home and tell the niggas like, bro, guess what Tadayoshi got us on, dog.
So then let's start talking about 8 before we go into some of like the questions and stuff we had. So 8, it starts off pretty much right where 7 ends, and he's helping her, trying to like clean up herself. And it's like, well, one, why are you doing this in the stream when it's not like she has to hide this from her dad or anything? Right. Like, she can literally go home and say, look, I got my ass kicked. Kind of need to clean this off. And 2, I don't understand why dude was so insistent on wanting to know. And it's like, fam, you can't do shit. At least from what she knows.
Right.
So it's like, those 2 questions immediately, like, fam, why are you so insistent?
I mean, fam, I don't understand why dude got it, like how he became so important immediately too. Like they just threw his ass right back in there.
And that was the thing, like I just feel like they didn't have enough interaction for that major of a scene.
But that's why I said I feel like because he immediately gave me the energy that the shopkeeper gives, the teacher gives, like when they act like they so careful of her. You know what I'm saying?
But
so it's like I feel like he's been trying to make. That's why I was like everybody weird now because like I feel like now dude has probably been keeping his distance from her, but he knows something too.
He's been keeping tabs.
Yeah.
And for all we know, this could be a town. At least like some of the people that are around her are supposed to be. That's the thing. We
right. That's what I'm saying. It could be a huge town secret.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Like even with dudes trying to like the father said, like you the only shrine maiden that can be, or thing like I feel like the promise is really tied to like everybody else knows her promise.
I feel like at least a couple of them do. They have to.
But I mean, because that's what I'm saying. The more everybody else got weird to me, the more I started looking at her, and everything was just looking like fam, she clueless.
She's super clueless. Very, very clueless.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Even like, because that's in the 8th episode, even when the dog spoke with her again.
Yeah, so that leads right to where we are. Just jumping right back to the recap.
Because she was washing herself up.
Actually washing herself up, like in the bathroom. And when she's in the tub, and all of a sudden you just look up, and the dog just there on the ledge. Like he was perfect.
They had a Diddy and what's the name on it, like just looking at you, looking at me, like.
And so he finally asked the question that you've been asking all season, about her healing powers.
Right.
And she sort of took the route of I don't ask questions. I just like that it happens.
Right. I mean that's like she too clueless. Like. It's almost irritating, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like.
But I mean, I can level with just that one single thing where it's like, fam, if I was like saying, I'm taking a huge ass cut to the arm and then like I wake up the next morning and it's gone, I don't know how much I'm gonna question it.
I mean, but I think I need to know how far it go though. Like, she hasn't been cut. Like,
Bro,
nothing.
yeah,
Arm
her
hasn't been
back
cut off.
was ripped open.
But I mean, like a cut. She ain't had like an arm. Like, can she grow her arm back? Like,
but I ain't gotta ask those questions. I would know the limit that it's at and just be fine with it.
Because I mean, even with the Cockroach Samurai dude, he dropped them both on her shoulders. He could have took the arms off.
See, but he just wanted to cut.
I don't think he wanted to just cut, fam. I think
so. That could be part of her.
Because she's skinny body. Like,
so
that shit went through.
Why would you ask those? I wouldn't ask that question. Because I'm like, okay, can I? Because then I'm asking, what in regular life is this helping me with? So I feel her on just being like, I don't ask questions. I'm happy because I wouldn't ask questions.
Man, that's probably why she cold and everything. Nigga. If you can't feel nobody hacking you, I'ma dunk on your ass. You know what I'm saying? You don't feel the hack, like they don't charge. You getting cut all day long, if a nigga slap you, you
right?
Like, whatever, man. Like,
you're not feeling that.
Yeah, like, so I'm like, she probably, that's probably why she cold and everything. Like,
but it was interesting to see that she also, like, when she didn't question it, he was, oh, that might have been a dumb question. So I don't know if he was saying like, oh yeah, she ain't questioning this shit. Or he like, oh.
No, I think he was trying to get her to like, because he's really trying to get her to remember.
Yeah, because remember.
Because he just skipped it. It was like, all right, do you remember who you?
Well, yeah, and that's what he started. He pivoted basically to that, and then that's when he started asking about the promise, and that must be like her trigger word,
right?
Because shit went dark. She almost fainted.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, but I think that would make sense because he probably said even with the healing thing, she probably been doing it. He probably, if whoever he is, to know who she is, probably like this. She's been healing automatically all her life. Like,
right,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
like that's a dumb question.
That,
like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's in their blood. Like I said, I guarantee the blood thing has something to do with it. Like, we haven't got to the blood. You know what I'm saying?
Every time she also faints that we didn't talk about, at least since I think episode 5, she goes into that little. She goes into. We start seeing the things. Yeah. It looks like they're like blood. I don't know, packages. Yeah. They're like floating and stuff.
I mean, we still haven't spoken on that because I mean, whoever this mysterious figure now.
And we never see who she's talking to either.
Right. Well, we just found out. I think it was either 7 or 8 that she's actively there. Like we see the scene, but we hadn't noticed that she was like her.
Yeah.
That she was there.
Because, I mean, they showed her one time sitting at the table, then they showed her another time like she's chained up or whatever to the table or whatever. But they call it, I mean, they keep talking about this experiment. Like, whoever this mysterious person keep talking about this experiment or this test that needs to go right and, like, so that's what makes me wonder if that's the dog.
And it's, well, do you
because the dog said he needs to stay with her to fulfill.
He talked about also being able, one of the limits of his powers is that he was stuck in that form. So I know you were saying that you think it's somebody, but it almost sounds like we may not know who because
somebody brand new.
Yeah, because I remember, unless I misread what he was saying, I know he was saying like there's consequences to everything that I can do, consequences to the wishes, and one of them is that I'm stuck in this form or that I'm in this form.
To interact with her though, like that's
you think it's only when you interact with her?
He was saying that I only can. I think he was trying to. I think he had to say it in that sense, like I only can see you or like be here.
Okay,
with you
so
in this form.
I must have just missed that part.
Like he was saying, like I only can be with you in this form, but I plan on staying with you.
Yeah,
the whole time.
I mean, clearly he is.
Because that was his limit. Because he was saying like I can't do nothing with you in this form. Like I can't. You know what I'm saying?
So
like,
I mean, and clearly he is because you can. That's why he was there when she showered and everything.
Right.
And
staring at plenty nipple.
Bro, he was just.
But that's what I'm saying. Like maybe the dog is like the real like maybe Tadayoshi ain't really her dad.
Well, to be fair, the dog, even though the dog has an actively male voice, dog could still be anybody.
No, I think it's a guy. Because I think even for the fact that like the reaction he was expecting her to give him, seeing him in the window.
Oh yeah, I
like,
forgot he did.
If it was like a cat or something like that, it would have been like. But I think she knew it was a boy dog. He like, you're not gonna scream that I'm looking at you, and she like.
But in her eyes, she's like, it's a dog. Like,
yeah,
she may not even.
But that's what I'm saying. I think he assumes he's like, I am a boy though, because I'm like, you shouldn't be screaming. Like,
yeah,
actually,
I mean, that's fair.
So that's why I thought it was a dude. That's why but I feel like whoever he is, like it's the fact that he's using the shop and the wishes and things like that. Because I mean, even the shopkeeper, that moment with the father, and he was like, you want some coffee?
Yeah, we didn't talk about that.
It's still possible that the shopkeeper.
He seems to have different. Him and I don't. That
like it might be like because it might be when he's out of the shop. He has to be the dog.
He has to be the dog.
But that because I mean he has a shop And even though the dog said, y'all have a shop like got wishes or whatever, and as I'm saying, like, we don't know what Tadayoshi asked for. Because he's like, you don't want the coffee.
Yeah,
so
he said
you're
something
for something else. You know what I'm saying? So that could be the other occupation. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're here for whatever the wish is. Like.
And then one thing we forgot to touch on was the fact that when she got home from school after fam was laughing at her and stuff, she walked into just seeing her dad passed out.
Oh yeah, that was the same episode. That was after he talked to the shop dude.
Yeah.
So I mean, and we caught the blood on the side of his face.
That she thought it was her blood.
Right, but you can assume you can definitely look at it.
I'm assuming,
him,
so
like coughing blood or something.
Right. So like, I don't know if he got poisoned by the shopkeep whatever happened. But there's another added mystery, which is like the theme of the show apparently.
Right. I feel like I'm starting to believe almost now. Like I feel like the shopkeeper really is like running all of this. Like
you think so?
If the shopkeeper is the witch person, like I feel like Tadayoshi's going to him for like whatever he needs to kind of keep going. Like he is dying and he keep going to the dude to like keep like his wish going or whatever. And like whoever she was, whoever she was in the past or whatever, that she's trying to figure out this promise. Like I feel like that's a test. Like will you figure out who you is in time, kind of thing. He like that's why like the dog like I gotta be here for this to see if this is like that's why I say I believe the dog is whoever they keep showing in the back experiment thing.
It very well could be. We have no idea. We know he got white pants because on one of the ones they showed his legs. And there was definitely some white pants on. So, but I mean, I guess I feel like because we started this off as a horror anime, that's what our hope is. I want to continuously revisit that. Do you feel that this is horror? We're 3/4 of the way through it. No, 2/3 of the way through it. Do you feel like this was horror?
I mean, it's not really. It's just. I mean, it's horror in the sense of like people dying. Because I mean, we haven't talked about the school scene.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what I was gonna lead in. Yeah. That was gonna.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's horror. You know what it's like? It's like Underworld horror. The movie Underworld.
I didn't feel like Underworld was horror.
Right. Because it was action.
So
it was more like a
do I just not have the definition of horror right?
Well, you do. I mean, you want a jump scare, but I mean, you watching an anime, like you're not really.
But I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Because I mean, the Junji Ito collection.
I mean, those are ghost stories, though.
Not all of them, because the one with the motto, that's not technically a ghost story.
They still are they Tales from the Crypt stories.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this being an action, she's a demon slayer. Things like what makes it horror. Like it can fall in the October month of you watching horror stuff that I would watch it because of people dying and gruesome deaths and monsters are the ones doing it like Elder Barons. But I wouldn't put it in. It would be like the last thing I watched. Like you know what I'm saying?
I
it would either be the first thing to kick off my October so I can get it over with because it's like. It ain't scary. It's just I just want to see a lot of people die real quick. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it holds my interest enough, and that's been the running thread of it.
It's holding my interest because I'm questioning everything.
But I think that's enough. Like some things can just hold your interest in question. But so let's go. Like I said, we did jump, and that was my fault. We didn't need to finish the recap of that classroom scene because that's literally the rest of what we got is this classroom scene because she wakes up.
Right.
The dad tells her this time to keep this on you at all times, which I'm still could have sworn that he told her that before.
Last time he gave her.
But whatever, maybe she forgot.
That was in 7. We was in 8.
No, that was in 8.
He told her in 8 to do it.
That was in 8 because that was before she went back to school.
That was in 8, but then he told her to do it in like 5 or 6.
But that's what I'm saying. He told her before.
Yeah, that's like the second time he told her to take it.
I thought he told her to hold it in 7.
No, she didn't take it.
She left early.
She didn't take it to school.
No, she did. So that's what
that's
she
right. That was in 7.
But I think that was carryover from when he told her to take it the first time. Because remember, then he
because that was the cockroach dude. Like she had the sword in broad daylight.
But remember when she fought the one who crunched the twin.
That was when he told her.
He told her to take it with her then, so she never gave it back. She always had it with him. She always had it with her, and then I'm guessing sometime after that she gave it back.
She must have put it back.
And then he was like, "No, I'll take it with you again."
Because that was why because even then she was a little weirded out, which I don't understand. Which I still don't understand.
Right, because she's had it the whole time.
Yeah.
So,
but because
I'm trying. Which episode was when she ran to the teacher?
7. That was 7.
That was 7.
She was gripping the sword
but she already had it. I don't know. We didn't have to see with her.
That was the first time. Because remember, the first time he told her to take it with her.
That was before this. That was
that was before this. This is when the twin got crunched. She had it when the twin got crunched. So I don't think she ever gave it back when she fought the samurai buff thing. The samurai transformer thing. She never gave it back, but I'm guessing after that she gave it back, and then he was like, "No,
keep this on you at all times." With you. Which would make sense. Then thinking about it that way, it makes sense. Because now it's like when he told her the first time and she gave it back. Now it makes sense for him to be like, "Hey, no, I meant keep this on you at all times. Don't get it back."
I think it was other way. Because she went back to school. Like what y'all talking about at 8 is when he talked to her about like, it's been 3 days since something happened.
Yeah,
are you going back to school?
But that's when he told her have it.
I thought he said it the first time. I thought he said it in episode 7. I thought she just took it this time because he like, no, you need to take it. Because they didn't go. I think when the first episode or the 7 was she didn't know they were out of school. And he was like, you should keep this still on you. And that's when she took it. No, and she took it. She left early.
Yeah. No.
Matter of fact, that's what it was. She's like, you leaving early? Like, she's like, I'm finna go.
No, that's 6. Now you're bringing 6. Because she didn't leave early because there was nobody there in 7. Only the person that was there was the teacher. She didn't leave early because there was no school.
No, I'm not. I'm talking when she left early from the house. Remember, she told her father, I got to get out of here early. I need to, like, be somewhere else. And he told her to take the sword.
I feel like...
That was 7, fam.
Bro.
Because she was like, because remember, she was like, I'm finna head out. And he was like, so soon? Like, it's still early. And she was like, I just need to be somewhere. And that's when he gave her the sword again. Like, you should keep the sword. And that's when we were all like,
Bacardi, right.
We were like,
that's
what we were like, didn't he just say that already?
Yeah.
Like,
that's right. Yeah. Now you
say that. So that's when she was out in the. Cause that's why I got mad. Like, I don't like being out in the broad day. Like, cause now you just running into niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's right. Yeah. So
then when she came back,
when she went back to school, either way, so she woke up the next day. She did still talk with her dad because they were talking about, do you feel the despair of being the only one, the only shrine maiden who can fight these things?
Right. So but she also, that's what I'm saying, like when she discovered that school was closed and everything like that, like it was really like they skipped ahead.
Well, yeah, because we said it was 3 days when nothing happened because that's why they're gonna have school.
Right.
But wasn't one of them a dream sequence though? Because then she randomly wake up. Because remember, she was talking to somebody and then she randomly woke up.
Yeah, that's when she was talking to that was after she passed out inside the bathroom with the dog and between her, but then when she woke up and then, I don't know if she would sleep for 3 days because when she didn't wake up.
She just randomly woke the fuck up.
And that's when they were like, it's been 3 days. And so I don't know if that was like the same day or if they wanted to show her wake up and then move to the next day.
So maybe that's why he gave her the sword, because she was asleep for them a couple of days. She was supposedly asleep or passed out.
We could be misremembering that part now. I just
remember. Now these episodes is just long episodes.
I just remember the only time the sword was brought up again in the 8th episode was because there's like the student.
I know one of the student asked.
Yeah, they asked. So like, why you?
But that's what, because when she got to school, the teacher either they just didn't show the teacher, or she just wasn't there.
Yeah, they didn't show her in the classroom.
I'm assuming she wasn't there because he said something about why they couldn't have school today. Because he said we can't have class like this.
Right.
But I didn't mess with I didn't know what he said. Maybe But I thought he was talking about because he was really worried about her. I thought he was talking about just like everybody being shook up.
He didn't really elaborate because that's when somebody was like, "Hey, what is that?"
Was that out the window?
Hey, bro, something out there.
And Elder Barn just sitting at the playground was ready to
that motherfucker started crying. It was
bro,
slow.
he took like some slow steps.
Cool. I was saying that motherfucker said. I was like, oh no.
That motherfucker patty like a centipede on the ground,
so then, he jumped. He get in.
He punched the building for like ran to the building.
Yeah, that's right. He didn't run into the building.
Bam, peeked out the window and got that uppercutted. Like, dog, how you get your head uppercutted off, fam?
Yikes.
Where he still was kicked up in the air, and they like, what the fuck happened? This nigga
like,
dog.
He takes out that one, then he crosses into the classroom, eats a student.
No. He crushed somebody with 2 of the things because one of them
I
failed.
thought that was after he ate. But either way, so he crushed.
That's like he done it when he jumped in. He jumped in.
Oh, that's right. He jumped in onto somebody.
He crushed motherfucker, and then something happened. And he ended up grabbing a motherfucker, and it was a girl.
Yeah, it was a girl.
Throwing her up and ate her.
She landed on his tongue.
Then the one day
the motherfucker tried to jump out the window. He got him like, pow.
But then he licked his lips after eating the one. Remember, he had the blood right here. He just go.
He hit him with the homeland.
All the time.
All
the time, though, she just sitting there with the sword.
Bro, she's definitely just sitting there. That was when her friend finally asked her, "Hey, what is that?"
Right. No, they asked her when she walked in before the.
Yeah, that's right.
But she like you even with that when it was happening, she like slowly unraveling.
Right.
Yeah. I'm like, cuz niggas is dying, bro.
Action. Like this is
that's what takes the scariness out of it because she's not even like on point. Like you know what I'm saying? Like.
But have you noticed that every time somebody get fucked up, she always says, "I'm not gonna let nobody else die." Bro, but then like 3 or 4 motherfuckers died before she fight a motherfucker.
I'm over her. I'm over her.
Like she trying to have a stand. Like she trying to have some resolve.
Right.
That's that when I'm on. She got that. I'm only gonna have one beer tonight.
On what? Right. Like 3 hours later,
right?
Just slumped.
I can't deal with. That's what I can't do. Like I can't. It's hard for me to call it scary because I can't even deal with. She's not serious. Like
bro, and that's what I'm saying. Like I now that we've watched enough of it, I would categorize it as a mystery. Not really horror.
They making female heroines look kind of bad.
It's like Ash vs. Evil Dead type shit.
On what?
Bro.
Ash let a lot of motherfuckers die for you.
Yeah, that is true.
Trial and error. Ash will let you die.
Shit. Bro, I mean, she let a lot of people die. She be just...
She just standing there. Everybody panicking and scared. She just be like...
let's see how bad this escalates before I gotta pull this motherfucker out. Paul.
That's also to make it trash because it's like she should be able to go red eyes whenever, and it's like.
Well, we thought she was gonna be able to after. Remember when her friend died? She didn't take no hits. When I think it was Nono died first. No, Nene died first. Remember, right after she died, that crunch, she looked up.
She got up.
Eyes turned and.
So then it's got to be on her then. So then it's just her choosing where she want to go. Right.
It's her emotions, fam. She must have really cared for Nene and No. Like these niggas in the classroom now, she like, ugh, I don't know them. I didn't know them.
She looked like damn. He ain't loan me his pen.
Yeah.
Right.
Cause she don't get a serious face when it be regular motherfuckers she don't know dying.
No, dog. She be blind to all of that.
Yeah.
Like she gave 0 fucks that the cop died.
Yeah, she really just looked at dude like, why you stop talking? Like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like,
she looked at him, looked down, looked back at him like, damn.
Are you okay?
Didn't jump back, didn't get ready. She just be looking, dog.
She was real life, just damn. Hope you had a will.
It's real Ash versus Evil Dead, bro. Like Ash should be holding a conversation with a whole deadite, man. Talking about trying to smash on the chicken, that motherfucker be a whole deadite, like.
Dog. So, I mean, our running thing is that she is a horrible like
hero.
if
she's not a hero. Like she's not.
She's real life just the protagonist. She's not the hero. Yeah, she's just the protagonist.
She's really bad at this whole like I'm trying to protect everyone. Like and I'm told Yashi not telling her she's not even. That was so bad that she doesn't. That's also there's something weird about her that she lacks some kind of shell. Like she's a shell of some former self because she doesn't really have the capacity to like show this empathy or whatever. I feel like you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Like she's not human in a sense. Like you know what I'm saying. Like she thinks she has these friends and people, but it's like she doesn't really like comprehend I feel like human life really. You know what I'm saying?
That brings up actually a question. So we know for a fact that she must have lost some memories. Do you think that's part of the reason why she just reacts like this?
Because of her memory loss?
Because I mean, you gotta figure maybe she doesn't. If she lost, let's assume she lost. Do we know her age? Let's say she's 16. Whatever. Because she's in high school, so let's say she's 16. It seems like she's lost probably up until whenever she started fighting. Let's say she started fighting at 14. That means that's 14 old years of memories that she would have lost. Are you really going to be able to be a functional and care about people?
I mean, that's what I said is really weird because I was like, I mean, I guess I need to know how long she has been doing this.
Yeah, I don't think that's
because I feel like, because you could really be doing it. I don't know when it triggered her, if it's something that's been her whole life, but if you can't die, like if you're gonna constantly heal, you could be doing this shit at 6. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm just assuming she had it. We don't know how old she was when her mom died. Clearly, she has memories of her mother, though.
Yeah.
No, I don't feel like she knows what she looks like. I feel like she just keeps saying she just rehashes the same. Like, I'm gonna be better than my mother. Like he knows.
Oh, you think she just
knows? Like because everything she knows is from what Tadayoshi's telling her.
Okay.
So like I feel like that's also like I feel like the fact that we're getting small pieces that are just irritating. Like I said, the fact that the elder bar now was laughing like, Tati, she told you that and all this kind of shit is like.
No, I need
that
more,
means
I
that
need
there's
more
literally
of that.
something.
I need them to follow that thread.
That means there's literally something. There's a lie there somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the fact that he didn't really tell her like your mother's not dead. Like what are you talking about?
But then also the experiment thing. Something between that, either it's because we know she lost her memories. According to her, when she faints, they talk about some experiment. It's one of those two could be the reason why the way she is. Maybe the experiment is she can kick ass like that, but she just don't really care about that. This doesn't affect her. Unless it's somebody like obviously
somebody close to her.
Yeah, somebody who she's super close to.
Okay, question. The elder Barnett messed up the bridge. That fucked the bridge up. When she split him in half,
he had a human face.
I was about to say he had a human face, and then they never touched on it.
Remember I said that? Remember I was asking about that with the eyeball on episode 5. I was like, I thought that was gonna be the next step. Is that it was gonna be somebody with a human face? But he had a human face, and like you said, they didn't touch on it.
They didn't say nothing.
So, I mean, she didn't even touch on it.
Do you think she didn't notice?
I think she noticed.
Cause remember the way after she sliced him, he pirouetted and died.
I don't know. That was some WWE ass shit.
Like, that was a botch. Like, he definitely fucked it up.
But I mean, I think also it could just be that too. Cause I mean, even having a human face, this nigga had 8 arms. Like, it'd be hard for me to really like I would assume it would still be a demon or whatever you call it, and I'm like, well, just apparently this demon just got a human face, right? But she got 8 arms, fam. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Like
he poured them out in sequence.
Ain't nothing human about that, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Care about the face. You could have just ripped that face off somebody else. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got 8 arms that you just can sprout whenever you feel like it.
Bro, I'd have been terrified because it's like, how do you block those?
Yeah. That's what I was like. So they make her so strong. Like they get. I'm trying to really think of some kind of character that's like who she like.
They put in her One Punch Man stronger.
But I mean, she got like the intellect like Goku.
Yeah, no, she's not. She doesn't. Yeah, she's One Punch Man strong in the fact that no matter what, it seems like whenever she gets ready and she gets serious, it's over like that. Like we have still yet, and it was something we asked probably since episode 3, maybe 4. We've still yet to see a villain that has really pushed her. Once she goes red out.
I need somebody to cut her leg off or something. We know that she can heal, so I need to know if she can fully heal. Bam. Like we need someone, and I'm like, I feel like the Beetleborg was putting in work. Like he had her shook. I thought she was gonna really run off. Like nigga, you ain't going nowhere.
She tried to. That's how he got her back.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But I'm like, she definitely, she used to be outrunning everybody. This nigga was big and fast. Like she didn't even try to shoot or dive, and she just ran a straight line. Like this nigga flashed her back up. Like. So I'm like, that's all. I didn't know dude was that fast. I'm like, but it's like
it didn't seem like it either. Like
right.
it wasn't like the anime was showing his movement. He was just always on her. Just
like she just. I'm like, bro, you could have literally very left for a minute, like dipped off.
But I mean, granted, he had 8 arms, so she veered. One of them arms could definitely come in.
I mean, I was like, I don't know. But that's what I'm saying. But yeah, I'm like, there's the way they're making the story. Like we don't have a villain. She's just really doing this tedious job.
We definitely don't have a villain. We don't really have a set motive, like.
Right, we don't know why she, because everybody's saying that she shouldn't even be doing this.
Yeah, like.
And the elder bearers said all that. Elder bearers are pretty much the ones that are saying like they're not even like they're fighting her and kind of like going, you know what I'm saying? But they're like they still are actually asking like why.
Yeah,
are
like
you
what
fighting
is the
us?
point of this?
Like you know what I'm saying? Like why are you fighting us? Like I thought we had like a treaty with this. Like so it's really. It's like you said, it's like a mystery more than a horror.
Yeah,
like
I would 100%.
I'm waiting for the betrayal because at some point she's gonna get her memory.
Yeah,
and you know what I'm saying? Like it's really, I'm just waiting for the betrayal at this point.
Yeah, I would 100% just say it's mystery over horror. But like I said, maybe I just have a bad definition of horror because I also questioned was Jaws. Remember we talked about that last episode. Was Jaws horror? Y'all seem so close to like y'all was ready to go. Yeah, and I mean,
it's shock in the water is scary, fam.
Yeah,
scary.
You had some music. You had some music, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You tell me if you was floating on a little thing and you got your headphones on, but for some reason you still can hear the motherfucking Jaws music. Like what the fuck?
When you see the motherfucking shark fin,
they say in the movies that not I want to explore that a bit. Do you think they hear that in the movies? Yeah, like do you hear?
No, but I think the fact of tension music is to create the sensation that we get when something just don't feel right anyway.
Right.
So I feel like, so that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I'm not really saying you probably hear the music, but having, like I said, but I'm saying like if I'm watching your life, if I'm watching your death, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hear that music right when you be like, because I feel weird. Like,
I'd be more concerned that if I'm in any situation, I could be walking down the street and I hear music. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
I ain't trying to guide no soundtrack.
No, that'd be funny as a bitch if you was like, as you walk to certain areas, you start to like the music get louder and louder. Like, okay, I don't want to go there. You gotta walk away from the area to like the music get lower and lower.
So, but I guess the last thing before we fully wrap up and give, because the last thing I want to do is sort of rank the episodes we got so far. So before we get to that, do you guys have any?
Rank them?
Yeah, we're gonna rank what we got. But first, we got some time to think about that because first I want to know, do y'all got any predictions for the last 4 episodes? So we're in the home stretch. What are we seeing for the end?
It's gonna be a cliffhanger, and I don't really think.
I don't want to believe that. So we're gonna let you go last.
Yeah, that's literally what I'm saying.
I feel like her dad's gonna be lying about something. She gonna find out. Maybe I don't know if it's about her power or her mom, something about her mom. But I feel like her dad is lying about something. She gonna find out before the season's over. I just don't know what.
I mean, she gonna find out on the last episode.
Damn near.
I think everything gets wrapped up.
It don't get wrapped up.
I think this is all wrapped up by episode 12. I think these last 4 episodes are going to be some of the best because they're going to be just action and plot driven.
You trying to hurt your own
feelings. You real optimistic.
You trying to hurt your own feelings.
Yeah, you been
that's what you
your hopes is too high right now.
Bro, I think the fact that they transitioned, like, everything, because I looked back at it again, we were asking, like, the transition to the 2 OVA, or to the 2 movies, and then live action. So the fact that it did that, and the way when I was reading about it, it didn't necessarily say it got canceled. It said people were disappointed overall with the season, but it never said that it got canceled. So just looking at how, and the reason why I said I think it all get wrapped up is the way, look at how people would be disappointed if Lovecraft is only 1 season. Because it didn't say that they were disappointed.
But I mean, that's because every episode of Lovecraft was good.
But I'm saying, my point is, and I'm grasping at straws here.
Definitely.
I don't know. Be real. But it didn't necessarily. I mean, disappointment is in many forms. If I want more, and if I wanted this to be stretched out, but you rushed it, that's disappointment. Because they can very well put everything in it, but it's just so rushed that you're like, oh, that sucked.
But that's what you want, though. You want the last 4 episodes to be everything put in there.
Do you?
You do.
No, I said it is. I didn't say I wanted it to. I said it is.
That's what I'm saying. That means you want it to, though.
No, I'm
you want closure. Like, you want it to be
I want closure, for sure.
You do. I'm saying it's not going to be closure.
I think they rush it. I do think they're going to be some of the best because they're going to be so action-packed. And I just love action. Yeah. But on a plot-driven aspect, I think they're going to rush it and finish it. And I think that's where the disappointment of the overall season came in some of those reviews.
I mean, I can see that. I mean, because you got to explain a lot. Like, it's too many. There's too many people with clouded mystery that you really. I feel like you can't fill them all in 4 episodes.
But I think that's what they're gonna do. I mean, a lot of animes do that. That was one of the biggest things that with the people who didn't like God of High School. That was one of the biggest things I saw in their reviews was that towards the end of the season, because they had a set part that they wanted to get to, they felt that was rushed. Same thing with Tower of God. Same thing with what else recently was it I just watched? They said that they felt was rushed. Misfit of Demon King Academy. All those
were good to me. I didn't feel
all those I really liked. But the thing that's different from how we watched it to how it seemed like a lot of these reviewers watched it, they read the manga first. We didn't read the manga for any of them. We didn't read, or the webtoon for the other two. We didn't read those first. So we didn't have the idea of the pacing that they wanted initially. All we had is how they did it for the anime.
Right.
So I could fully see some of these reviews being like, okay, they paced this initially too slow, and then because they wanted to get to a certain point, whether it was for movies or whatever, they had to rush it to that end.
Yeah. I mean, I can see that, but I mean,
like I said, I will fully admit I'm grasping at straws here.
Grasping at straws. Like I think we're gonna get an answer on something, but I don't think we're gonna get closure.
Right. Yeah, some gonna be open ended. Like we're gonna end the show with something.
Well, you almost have to have that one single thread, something to make you want to watch.
No, I think we're gonna. It's like there's multiple in this. We're only gonna get an answer for one thing.
Oh, so
yeah, it's gonna be plenty.
Because you have 4 episodes for either Tadayoshi to uncover the lie.
I mean, yeah, episode 7 could have been the third episode.
Right.
I don't even remember the third episode, but I bet it wasn't anything that was
right.
That intense, no.
Right. So as I said, like I feel like
like this season, this entire series definitely could have started with episode 5.
It really could have. Yeah. It pretty much could have started from when the dog talked to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been 5 because you could have got you didn't need 4-episode build up of them knowing her friendship, building that friendship. Right. You can go into something knowing that you've been friends with years and know that they're close. Right. You don't need 4 episodes to build that. And they could have easily started with 5 where you're seeing how close she is with her friends and stuff. They're doing all of that. They talk the ghost stories and everything. And then boom, that's how you kick the series off immediately. Her friend died at the end of the first episode. Now we're talking about a much better series.
I mean, it would have been really good to start it from right there. Like started from the teacher giving a history of the school, and then like whatever. I mean, I guess I would even say you can go 1 episode probably above before it, so you can see her fight to kind of get that one little Elderbarn fight. Because I think that was the eye before the right. Story. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. But even so, that was still in 5. You come in, you see that. Because remember, 5 started off with her fighting that, so now. You got that immediate question on, what the fuck is going on in this town? Yeah. Then you got the ghost story. Then at the end of the day, not at the end of the episode, you got the friend that's not. So, I feel like that was a very good jumping off point because episode 1 through 4 was literally basically world building. She goes to school, she fights. She goes to school, she fights. She goes to school, she fights. Because we didn't even see a daytime attack until episode 5. Right. So... Right. That gives you now it's more scary because now we had already got that build up of this is the routine, and it happening in the daytime wasn't really that different. I didn't really care that much. Right. But now if you started at episode 4, it's shit can go down at any time immediately. That's what you're thinking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess so. I mean that would make sense. Yeah, I mean the 4 or 5 mark. 5 probably is the best price. It'd have been the best starter from there. I mean, I can see that.
I wanted to rank them, but I realized that we actually went longer than I thought we did.
It feels like we did.
So, one last thread. Let's talk rating of these 2 episodes. 1 to 10.
7 and 8.
I'm still sticking with 6. I thought we wouldn't go right against the end of it, but I'm still sticking with 6.
I think I would go 7 as well. I wanted more action.
You only giving the 7 because of the school scene. That's the only reason why I'm giving it still 6.
That's fair.
I mean, but he caused so much havoc in that school scene.
ASAP. Yeah. So I mean, it is what it is. But this has been Geekset Rewind episode 7 and 8 of Blood C. Again, I am your host Didge. With me as always are the homies Big Mike and Bacardi. If you want to find us, you can find Geekset at Geekset Podcast on all platforms. Check out our YouTube. Geekset Podcast.
Geekset Platform.
Just Geekset Platform. You can find me personally at Didge_D on Instagram and Twitter. I'll let you guys give your socials. And Mike, I would also like for you to get an NWOs.
Okay, NWO _podcast on Instagram. NWO Podcast on Twitter. You got the podcast group on Facebook. You got the page on Facebook.
I don't think about Facebook enough to give the group for Geekset. But Carter, you go round that part out.
Right. I am Mike Nardo on Twitter. That's me.
Bacardi and Cola on Instagram, and you can check us out at Geekset at our Facebook group at Geekset Podcast on Facebook.
And lastly, this has been Geekset Rewind again. Thank you for watching.
Peace.